So today we are here to talk about your friend, Henry Gorham Jr., also known as Bo Billy, who has been incarcerated for now over 51 years and entered the prison system at 18. Can you please tell us your name and how you first came into contact with Bo Billy?
Name George Clark, better known as Flight. I know Bo came to prison in the 70s. I first met him. I've been out about 19 years then, right? Coming a young man, like most guys, try to do a time, whatever. And eventually, you just got a name for yourself. I mean, he wasn't no troublemaker. Every guy in prison at that time had to defend yourself, take care of yourself, you know?
Right.
So to me, just another inmate got time from the judge, whatever, right? Friends though. And your question should be is, when the judge sends you out of penitentiary, what is sending there for? Rehabilitation or whatever. I mean, not for to get your spirit broke or get you integrity taken from you, for to rehabilitate you and put you back in the streets. According to the law they got, you know what I mean?
Right. So what was he like growing up? What was Bo like growing up from what you know?
Within the institution.
Well, if
I ain't know him in the street.
You didn't know him, okay. So y'all
right.
met during the time of incarceration when you first came to what prison were you guys at? Let's start there.
500 Spring Street, Richmond, Virginia, the main state prison of Virginia.
So tell us a little bit about how was 500 Spring Street? What kind of environment that you can best describe it was during the 70s?
Okay. First of all, it's dribbling place. You look haunted. You close the wall all day long. You cage and whatever. And like the old building, like A building, same building, death row wall they during that time, right? And it's like a built-in. I don't know how to put it. You inside a wall, outside, inside a joke, surrounded by a wall and gun tie or whatever. And you got them cells like a zoo cages. One man to say cage in a time cell, whatever, right? And it's very depressing, to be honest with you. Very depressing.
Sure.
But for a young kid, for every time coming in the penitentiary, I mean, like, what else you got to deal with? You got the guards, you got other inmates, you got the time you got, worry about family, all kind of stuff like that, right? But like I say, man, eventually you grow into it, right? And if I jump straight to it, like I say, Bo Bill on the different rest young dude, he come there play sport, he try to be careful who you mess with, and because you can't trust him with anybody, right? And then eventually after a few years and stuff, got well known. I mean, he's a good dude. Actually, he played basketball, he played sport. And he did what every guy do in penitentiary, try to make day, you know? And further down the line, I guess, police got, I mean, back to the 70s, I mean, like, back in the 70s, man, like, you gonna either be or ain't gonna be. You gonna be pushed upon, you gonna be picked at, or you gonna stand up for yourself. He wasn't a guy like myself. He ain't take no mess, he ain't spell no mess, but when it coming to him, you ain't going away. We all been a good young dude. Like, we still teenage quiet kid almost, you know? So it was adventure at first. It was adventure, you know? But the question is this, man, my thing is, over many years, like I said, I've been out of prison all my life. And then, man, I know, and been like 51 years, they ain't killed nobody. First offense. I mean, like, you might have got a reputation because of the fact you bit dude, you ain't taking a mess on nobody. And the administrator might look at you and be a fear to them, whatever. But it's like you go around every day, cut somebody and knock somebody down. It ain't like that. They just got to think and get some man. A person thinks the man because they made them feel embarrassed. Because allegedly, they participated in a death row escape. I mean, even then, you got people that been on death row for killing police, back in the street, did things in the street, whatever, allegedly. And he did be a threat to nobody on the real side. So you try to make him dead to a die, or you try to make him break all his spirit, whatever. And the fact is, the true fact is, I mean, he wasn't sentenced to no life sentence, he wasn't sentenced to no death sentence. He was sentenced to 20 years, right? And back then, you about 30 years, kill a whole 20 years, back then in the 70s, you know? So
over the years, people has labeled Mr. Gorham as this guy who sort of terrorized the prison system, which we want to talk about that because you have a history of him being younger, and so we want to make that connection because that's the stereotype that we have heard. What would you say about that young Bo Billy who came in the system as a young man, just like most young men come in the prison system at early ages? What was, let's expound or talk a little more about just him being a young guy trying to find his way. How was he?
Okay, now, the people you call terrorized, I mean, you gotta realize, penitentiary, state penitentiary, people all makes a life, walks life from all over the state. And if you call it terrorized, they're not taking mess from nobody. You terrorize, but it ain't like like say, I see more dangerous individuals in penitentiary or whatever during that time and ain't go through what he going through or been through as a young man, even myself, right? So the terrorized thing comes from the fact that administration put a label in. I mean, like he don't take no stuff. And the man, I mean, I can't answer quick. Terrorize that to me. I don't see where that come in at. For him, terrorizing nobody. He ain't like going and knocking people down, taking people money, or raping people. He ain't doing stuff like that. I mean, you don't mess with him, mess with you. Right. And at a young age, during that time, like I said, they play ball, they play sport, which I ain't do myself. Them guys, they might gamble, whatever. What you do, kill time, penitentiary, you know. And this, I think that his name they started freeing him back. I think it has to be like in his 80s and 90s when the death row thing take place. Or they all in their convict. You know what I mean? To me.
So would you say that the label of him being labeled with all these different derogatory type of words came from administration, or was this just something in the prison system where people just had a fear?
Okay. Now, if the inmates say the weaker one scared of you or something like that, say inmates scared of you, you ain't got to be, you don't probably in social period, they scared your name because you ain't taking the mess of nobody. Mm-hmm. And they start saying stuff about, he a bully, you do this, you do that. The administration take upon itself to label you as a bad person. I mean, you probably can't count, he's been for 4 years, he probably can't count 10 fights he's been in that he started himself. Right. After all many years, first speaking, right? I'm going back to the 70s because I left from doing 98 and stuff right there, right? But you got, like I say, they help in prison all the time. Quite nasty. I mean, certain people, once they label you with the nature of your crime type thing, it's sticking with the state of forever, man. You ain't got to do nothing. Right. I don't care how good with your program, how well you adjust to the institution, they call it institutional whatever, right? Once they label you as a threat to them or the top population, you label automatically. Right.
Can you recall a time where, as you mentioned programming, describe a little bit about programming for people that may be listening that don't understand what programming means in the correctional system?
Okay. Like most of them come to young guys, right? And they feel like you go through a GED program, a school, a trade, something, right? You program, you try to get back in the street. You do the best you can, get all kind of knowledge you can for lifestyle goal. And once you do this, that, you probably be eligible for parole, all types of stuff, right? And they call it, they what we call rehabilitation. And when they still put the stuff in like cause your record or cause your crime and still turn down, the program do no good.
Sure. Do you recall a time where you probably could remember, and I know it's going way back, where you could consider Mr. Gorham is trying to work some programs or work through the program? whether that was through working or, whether it was, in some kind of trade? Is there any time in his younger time coming up in the system?
No, but I know like we in the war together, we in the war together in the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And myself personally, I stayed locked in Mexico off and on, right? But I ain't him personally. I know he got a GED.
Okay.
I know he went in the kitchen. I know he got some kind of other kind of certificate for knowledge and stuff. They go.
So he
right?
did. So he was programming. He was.
He was programming, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
mm-hmm.
and when after a minute years program over, you got everything you learned for a knowledge ago. You got all the knowledge you need.
Right.
My question was, why do we keep him in prison so long?
Sure. Right.
I mean, before this other stuff came about.
Right.
The rap partner in the street, the dude got locked there, they in the street. And then the rest of my prison spent,
Okay.
The man, I mean, like, get to the core of the thing, man, like, why they keep the man in prison such a period? I mean, like, I spent some years. I mean, your childhood gone, your energy gone for being bad, gone back in the day if you were bad. And you ain't done nothing to people feel you.
Mm-hmm.
You got bad health. You see everybody come and go in the jump. And you ain't that day you keep locking kids all day, 24 hours a day. He wasn't being part of the population. And I was staying back. Right. For no reason other than that, the nation of crime, which was attempt robbery or something, at the age of 18 and 19. Right. You can't count 3 people in about 51 years, first offense, and that ain't killed nobody, still out there. Right. I mean, the fact they fear his name. I mean, you see about full administration. So all they use about on record, that's your crime, a bad record. They don't say what a good part man might have did or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right. So. Are you aware, he was granted parole in 2021, according to the records. Now, that mysteriously disappeared. Why would you think that would mysteriously disappear? He was never informed that he made parole, for one. But from your involvement from corrections, the parole system, can you expound with us what could have caused him to lose parole?
He made parole and didn't even know it.
Right.
And that's probably a fact, right? The only thing that I can say, once you grant parole, you got freedom to find a place you're gonna go and stay, whatever, right? Unless he got some serious mess.
None of those were the factors.
I'm just saying, unless they done set him up some serious mess, which would have been a bit new. Right. He killed somebody on attack the police or drugs or something. Ain't no reason to change now. Unless he ain't got no place to go. He might hold a long time, like to find a place to live. Mm-hmm. There ain't no reason for
So
us.
none of those factors were the reason why parole was rescinded. And so the bigger question is for people that are aware is how mysteriously did the parole board never informed him and the decision was rescinded. And so all of the factors, Mr. Flight, that you mentioned weren't part of that because there was support from his sister Mary Gorham. There were no like you said, no violent, aggressive behaviors that happened during that period. And so it was just a question about, we understand that things do happen.
Okay. So there gotta be a conspiracy itself. Like they got some kind of conspiracy where they try to make this man pay the side of his whole life for allegedly being involved with this stuff that took her in Maccabery, right? Mm-hmm. So if the state gave a rule, he made a rule, it got to be upper head like somebody in Richmond or the governor saying, take it back. I mean, just take it back from what reason, God give you reason, don't get no reason. No thing to give you, that's your crime. I mean, that's your crime.
Okay.
The point is, that like the boy got pulled off death row, Bush March, this was street, and they try to put him back in there for no reason. They don't think he was ready to come on the street.
Right.
Man, Brown ain't do no harm to nobody. It's a people labeled like a George Jackson type people. They want to just, you come to prison, they want to kill you. You ain't get back out no more. First offense crime. I mean, it's crazy, man.
So I know we spoke earlier and you shared with me about that there was a sort of a team of you, a group of guys that has spent time in the walls, that oftentimes y'all get together and
reunion.
And so how have you guys been able to stay in contact with Bo Billy? Well, let me rephrase that. How have you guys, have continued to support him? And
Okay, not only Bo, a whole lot of people like the Brown Boy, a lot of people have been around a long time.
Okay.
And people who did allow us, like most guys, ex-convict reunion thing, they did about 20 years or more in the same since he been, right? And the point is, we show people as some of what we risk, he's supposed to be course the system, right? When we got, we give a chance in the street, we can do better, help each other, help other people, right? And the fact is that most people know Bo Billy in the system. They can't see why they would let this man go.
Okay.
Him boy spooked us all. I mean, that why would let him go? I mean, like I said, he ain't killed nobody, he ain't hurt nobody, he ain't no threatened nobody. It's gotta be a prison thing against administration. I know he ain't going to danger for the whole system of Virginia. Can't be,
Okay.
I mean, it's just a thing, a prison thing against that man.
Okay. And real briefly, how has Mr. Gorham changed now, and what kind of a man has he become now?
Okay, from the few times I talked to the man on the phone, to other people, whatever, right? The man ain't really trying to come on. The man is missing the family. You lose the people, and at the stage there, he really can't stand it because a lot of people there younger. Every time someone come in, they bring him up, and he ain't got to be involved with it. But by being an old timer, they blame a whole lot of stuff going on that he don't know nothing about, really. I mean, this to pick up a personal thing by being an old convict, all that dude coming in and using a name, say this, say that, right?
Right.
I mean, the man, it really is. I mean, I don't say he took the spirit, but he really tried to make that man bad. Come on, I mean, he tried to get home, man. On the real side, I don't know how to put it.
Okay. And as we wrap up, one of the questions that I want to leave with, why is it important for you to speak up for him?
Okay, cause I see, me first, I know how they kind of rip with the people, certain people that what's the thought label you, they want to keep that all the time. They want to break your spirit, man. They want to see you crawl, take your integrity from you, principle from you. And some people, you can't take that from people, man. They die before they take it from them, right? My question is, to the administration, to the state, or to anybody who will listen, what reason can give you to keep the man out 51 years in the battle? They ain't killed nobody, ain't escaped, ain't hit no gun. I mean, I ain't did nothing wrong 51 years. You go to 18 years old, you been at 51 years, about 7 years old now. What crimes you did to keep that long? Turn down. I mean, like, you see every day more people, more danger, more considered more risk he is. Go back and forth all the time, man.
Okay.
The man, 7 years, the man crazy, man.
Mr. Flight, we greatly appreciate what you've shared. It's been very impactful as we continue to fight for the freedom of Henry Gorham Jr., also known as Bo Billy. We thank you for sharing this very intimate, detailed story and journey with your friend. Thank you.
Appreciate it.